Why payments on Salesforce? How do we evaluate payment management solutions? And where to get help if you have questions on this. These are the big three questions we're going to cover in this video today. Hi, my name is Peter. I'm Senior Solution Engineer at FinDock. And let's start with the big one first. Why payments on Salesforce? So for years now, organizations have increasingly adopted a holistic approach with respect to customer interactions, managing the process across every customer engagement channel to ensure an optimal experience at every touchpoint and over the course of the customer journey as a whole. Payment management is increasingly being made part of this transformation, and as such, payment data becomes an integral part of the customer 360 on CRM. Now, with Salesforce, payments are native to the platform. That's why we started FinDock, to close that gap and bring payment management natively to Salesforce. Make transactions into interactions with FinDock. Changing your perspective on payments from transactional to CRM data can have big implications. Data-driven decision-making processes, for instance, can now use payment information as an integral part of the decision tree. Understanding the motivations of donors and customers is key when it comes to influencing future behavior. And for organizations like UNICEF and CBM, being able to target the right people with the right message at the right moment, it is not just a nice to have. It is an absolute necessity for today's fundraising organizations. But payment data is not just valuable for informing the next best action. When payment data becomes Salesforce native data, the full power of the Salesforce platform becomes available to people working with that information. Process automation and roll-ups to aggregate information, reporting for segmentation and dashboard functionality for real-time insights into the effectiveness of campaigns and other activities are all of a sudden just a click away. All based on high-quality, unified data available to everyone who needs it in real time, like for our customer Uno Vluchtelingshilfe. Once those kinds of insights are available, organizations can now take the next step in personalized customer engagement. Using reverse direct debits as an opportunity for positive customer engagement, offering personalized advice and a clearly defined call to action, or reminding customers with lapsed payments 30 minutes before they typically pay their invoices to maximize the convenience for the customer, reduce the effort needed to collect these overdue payments, and improve customer retention. Or even earlier in the process, reducing the friction in the ordering or donation process by pre-selecting the right payment method and processor, eliminating decision points from the order flow and streamlining the process between front and back end, and overall improving the customer experience and conversion. And while these advantages sound appealing to many, there is a labor shortage to deal with and often pressure to reduce costs across the board, leaving fundraisers and marketeers wondering if these results can be achieved at a time where every investment has to be scrutinized and evaluated in detail. Research has shown that using FinDock to manage payments on Salesforce offers big improvements on process efficiency in many functional domains, but especially on the payment processing side itself. Having access to the full donor profile makes matching and reconciliation processes much more effective and efficient, minimizing errors and reducing the time spent by as much as 70%. At the same time, automating payment collection processes ensures these business-critical processes continue to execute regardless of employee availability, and even allows for a higher frequency collection, such as weekly or daily, without disrupting other business processes. So, in summary, why payments on Salesforce? Incorporating actual payment data into the customer behavior model leads to more accurate data-driven decision-making, while utilizing events such as failed or overdue payments to launch hyper-personalized engagement journeys improves the customer experience, conversion, and retention. At the same time, Having access to the full customer profile during payment processing drives improved efficiencies, permitting non-profit and for-profit organizations alike to meet their targets despite labor shortages or pressure on budget holders to decrease costs. Payments is a customer-centric process and as such belongs in the CRM system. And since payment management isn't native to Salesforce, FinDock is here to fill that void. So how do we choose a payment management solution? Or in other words, which solution is the best and why is it FinDock? So if our customer wants to take advantage of the great benefits managing payments from Salesforce can offer, there are a few challenges to overcome. First, payments are not native to Salesforce, as we already mentioned. It doesn't offer a built-in payments layer with support for online and offline payments management. Typically, the go-to response for missing functionality on Salesforce is to configure or build it. However, payments are complex, so building a custom solution is costly, time-consuming, and has a very high risk factor. And to top that off, payments are not static. The attitude and preference from consumers with respect to various payment methods changes all the time, forcing organizations to be agile and quickly adapt to changing circumstances. So in the next part of this video, let's go through some of the essential requirements for payment management and processing and how FinDock addresses these. The first and most obvious requirement is that you need a solution which is managed from Salesforce. There are lots of payment management solutions available on the market today, and some even have some kind of connector with Salesforce. But there is a big difference between having a connector with Salesforce or being a Salesforce native application. FinDock being Salesforce native means that all the data security policies that apply to Salesforce automatically also apply to your payment data. There's no additional data silo to worry about, simplifying the security compliance process. Being Salesforce native and thus using the Salesforce look and feel also simplifies end-user training requirements. And finally, it optimizes the workflow, as every user has the ability to see the process end-to-end in one system. No more asking finance if that invoice has been paid already, just check the system and you can see for yourself. FinDock is 100% Salesforce native, storing its data in the Salesforce org of the customer and making payment data available to any user who needs it. The second main requirement is that the solution of choice will need to cover the 4 or 5 for UK fundraising main processes when it comes to payment processing. Payment requests, online payments, direct debit and other recurring payments, matching and reconciliation, and for the UK charity market, gift aid is essential as well. Let's briefly touch on each of these processes, discuss what they are, and how FinDock addresses them before showing them in context for both a small and large fundraising organization. Let's start with payment request handling. So whether it's sending out invoices with unique references or a direct mail with a fundraising ask attached, many organizations will have a need to generate codes and stamp individual campaigns, campaign members, or even custom objects with valid payment references matching their local payment schemes. FinDock makes this easy to do by managing the payment reference generation from Salesforce through our payment request generator, allowing customers to stamp records directly at the point of origin with valid payment references for a variety of payment schemes and even QR codes for QR-based payment methods. All stored in an export-friendly way, so fulfillment agencies can be easily supplied with the relevant information. But supporting payment requests via bank transfers and payment slips alone is not enough. Customers expect invoices and payment requests to have a digital component to them, enabling them to pay quickly and easily from their phone using the payment method they prefer, including PayPal, credit card, or even new fintech wallets and methods. As such, any solution to manage payments on Salesforce will need to have a comprehensive solution for managing online payments as well. Solutions like pay-by-link functionality for invoices and follow-up on failed or lapsed payments with branded pages and real-time payment registration in Salesforce. FinDock addresses this by adding a payment API to Salesforce, enabling real-time initiation of one-time and recurring payments, automatic deduplication of the payer, and with hosted pages for pay links and giving pages to empower fundraisers to build and launch their online campaigns in no time. And while one-time donations are important, recurring donations or subscription payments are the lifeblood for many organizations. But if they aren't managed from Salesforce, any change in frequency, amount, or next collection date becomes troublesome. And if that system's update goes awry, data quality suffers, causing failures in submission and collection and costing customers real money. And it can be hard to see all this, as many solutions out there operate like magic black boxes and don't keep users informed of the status of the process, but only communicate final outcomes. Which is of course fine if everything goes well, but not if there's an issue during processing. FinDock solves all of these points by using Salesforce as the system of record for accounts receivable. Any changes in amount, frequency, payment method, etc. take effect immediately and don't have to be synced to other systems. With our data quality checks, we catch missing or invalid processing data before it's sent to the processor, ensuring successful collections. And our payment schedule, responsible for managing the recurring collection process end-to-end, makes sure finance controllers have full insight into the process, every step of the way, regardless of volume, whether it's a few hundred or well over 1 million transactions. So now that we've sent out our payment requests, accept online payments, we manage recurring payments in Salesforce, what's left? All the payment data originating outside of Salesforce, of course. Digital bank statements contain all the transactions that occurred on a bank account, including invoice payments, refunds or reversals, or donations. Perhaps a point of sale system provides exports for transactions it's processed. To really complete the customer 360, all of this data needs to be matched and reconciled with Salesforce and turned into CRM data. Using automated bank file recognition and parsing, combined with a comprehensive and flexible matching engine, FinDock's guided matching functionality helps customers process all kinds of externally processed transactions into CRM data. And finally, if you are operating in the UK in the charity sector, you will have heard about Gift Aid. Once all those payments are in one place, a comprehensive Gift Aid solution is a must-have for any fundraising nonprofit in the UK. Because claiming Gift Aid involves dealing with the taxman, it's important to get it right. FinDock's Gift Aid solution seamlessly integrates this essential process into the day-to-day payment operations, with included Gift Aid declaration management, automated reversal handling, and automated submission to HMRC with up to 500,000 claim records at a time. FinDock customers enjoy an effortless Gift Aid process. While these processes all have their own specifics and requirements, related follow-up processes, such as thank you flows, payment confirmations, dunning processes, and failed payment follow-up, should be centralized across all different endpoints. Many system integrators have pre-built implementation accelerators containing templated approaches to these consumer engagement flows. But that only works if the process can be abstracted across the different payment methods and processors. To help system integrators add value with these pre-built accelerators, FinDock stores all the payment data in the same unified payments data model, regardless of source, processor, or method used. This simplifies reporting, process automation, and customer journey significantly and enables you as a consultant to focus on adding value rather than building the basics time and time again. Now, let's move from the abstract theory to practical application by examining two fictitious fundraising organizations and follow the journey they take through the core processes. First, Dogs Life, a small charity with about 1,000 monthly donors and 10,000 single donations each year operating out of London, UK. When Dogs Life runs a direct mail campaign, they will usually print all the letters themselves. So for them it is important to have payment references in a mergeable format which can be used by their mail merge tool of choice on Salesforce. After running the payment request generator, they kick off the mail merge process and create ready-to-send letters from Salesforce. And of course, they do online fundraising as well. For that, they are using FinDock giving pages for both their main donation page and campaign-specific landing pages, using Salesforce Flow to quickly send thank you messages to existing donors and welcome emails to first-time donors. With the launch of their online fundraising, they are now also capturing recurring direct debits and credit card transactions. Using FinDock's recurring payment collection scheduling functionality, Salesforce now automatically submits donations to Go Cardless for direct debits and Stripe for the credit cards every month. Every morning, the finance controller of Dogs Life pulls bank statement files from the bank and uploads them into Salesforce, knowing that if he makes a mistake and uploads the wrong file, the system will automatically flag it and warn him. After a couple of minutes, FinDock's guided matching has automatically matched all but a few transactions. Seeing they are missing some campaign information, the finance controller quickly goes through the unmatched transactions, and a few minutes later he can provide fundraising with an up-to-date dashboard with results for the latest direct mail campaign. And at the end of the month, FinDock automatically runs a gift date claim run, providing Dogs Life with an additional 25% on every donation from donors with a gift date declaration. Because this process is automated end-to-end, this continues even if the financial controller is on holiday or out sick. All in all, payment operations at Dogs Life take very little effort, leaving valuable time to further the mission of Dogs Life to help abandoned dogs find their forever home. Next, let's evaluate the same processes at Complex Planet, a big European fundraising nonprofit with approximately 300,000 monthly donors and 800,000 single donations each year. Complex Planet runs 4 direct mail campaigns per year, reaching well over 1 million people each time. To handle the printing and sending of all these letters, they use a fulfillment agency, which they provide with letter templates and CSV files containing recipients. And starting this year, they are including QR codes as well. It is very important for them to store all QR codes and payment references in a format which can easily be exported to CSV. And since FinDock stores everything in Salesforce's data model, including QR codes in base 64 text-based annotation, Complex Planet has no issues communicating the required information with their fulfillment agency. Online donations has always been a very important channel for Complex Planet. For their main donation page, they have built a custom integration with the FinDock Payment API, incorporating the donation flow into their own website as much as possible. For specific time-sensitive campaigns, such as emergency appeals, they will occasionally use giving pages, as it's much faster than having a new donation form built. Donors automatically receive thank you and welcome messages as part of a Salesforce Marketing Cloud donor journey. With 250,000 recurring direct debits and 50,000 recurring credit card donations, Complex Planet needs a robust system able to handle that volume with ease. Credit cards are processed by WorldPay, but for the direct debits, Complex Planet works directly with the bank. So the system generates a new direct debit file each month, which is then picked up by their integration bus and transmitted to the bank via SFTP. Finally, every night the integration platform pulls bank files, including direct debit reports and bank statements, from secure servers and uploads them into Salesforce. FinDock's guided matching automatically processes all transactions, and every morning at 9 a.m. one of the finance employees goes through the remaining unmatched transactions. Even after large direct mail campaigns, the vast majority of transactions is now automatically matched, and only between 5 and 10% require some user input. After about an hour, those transactions are also done, and all dashboards and reports now contain the latest information on all campaigns. So, comparing these two organizations, the core of the major processes remains the same, but the implementation for each might differ depending on volume, size and requirements. FinDock has the tools and capabilities to handle both types of customers without issue. I think the trajectory towards more and more organizations incorporating payment processes into their CRM process is clear. The challenge for Salesforce implementation partners like yourself is to define a clear strategy for their customers on how to best accomplish this. However, if you don't have experience with payments handling, this can feel like a daunting mountain to scale, especially when it comes to challenging customers on existing process flows and pushing back on requirements. The lack of experience many consultants have with regards to payments, that is something we can help you with. At this point, it's important to mention that FinDock doesn't offer implementation services to customers. We rely heavily on partners like you to implement our solution. As a result, we are very dedicated to helping, educating, and enabling our partners as much as possible. So with that in mind, don't hesitate to reach out to us and ask for help at any stage of your prospect or customer engagement. We can help you include FinDock as part of your overall story or demo, provide pricing indications and quotes, or arrange a technical and functional deep dive on specific processes like direct debit or online donations. And to help you get started on your own journey into the wonderful world of payments, we offer a 2-day training covering not only how to configure FinDock, but also the background you need to successfully engage with customers and prospects on the core payment processes. This training is free for qualifying consultants and you can sign up at findock.com/academy. The link is in the description of this video. And then we have of course our documentation, a treasure trove of information on every aspect of FinDock's functionality. And it contains detailed step-by-step instructions on configuring the relevant processes. And if you're an impatient person, our quick start helps you get up and running with one-time and recurring credit card collection from an online donation page in under an hour. Of course, our amazing CSG team is ready to assist you to get your FinDock project off to a flying start and smooth out any bumps in the road you might encounter. In short, we are here to help you. Reach out to us. Talk to us. We are very, very happy to help you get started to elevate your customers' payments from transactions to interactions. Hope to speak to you soon.